Welcome back, welcome back. My name is Raya.
And my name is Savannah.
And welcome to Black It Up.
We are your co-hosts. We have a great show for you tonight. Let's meet Kendall at her spot.
I am the floor director for Black It App, and I first joined because of Tessa Coakley. She was in one of my classes, and she is the founder of Black It App. And I'm here continuing on in her name. Here is my spot. Oh my God. This is where I do my different modeling poses. I really like to practice them out in the greenway in the public for everyone to see me, honestly, because no judgment. It really helps me build my confidence. You know, that's one of the many things I love about the greenway.
I love it with the cars.
I just love to laugh.
That looks like a great spot. Here are some headlines making their way across the state. The Democratic National Committee is trying to stop North Carolina Judge Jefferson Griffin from attempting to throw out 60,000 ballots in the Republican-leaning state Supreme Court. The DNC filed an opposition brief on February 18th with the North Carolina Supreme Court to ensure they don't unfairly take up Griffin's case.
Amazon workers in Garner, North Carolina have voted not to unionize. Of the 3,276 ballots cast, there were 2,447 votes opposing the union, according to the National Labor Relations Board. Amazon has fought long and hard in order to not have their workers unionize, and in the last 3 decades, they've only lost the fight twice. North Carolina had the lowest union membership rate in the country last year, with only 2.4% of workers in the state represented. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Life is a journey. We're told that there are mountains and valleys before us. A mountaineer trudges through. Where others see an obstacle, a mountaineer sees an opportunity. A mountaineer climbs tomorrow's mountains today. So what is a mountaineer? A mountaineer is you.
On Sunday, February 9th, the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs and took home the Vince Lombardi Trophy. The game occurred in New Orleans with a final score of 40-22. This is now the Eagles' second Super Bowl victory, with the first coming in 2018 when they defeated the New England Patriots 41-33. Even though it's been almost 2 weeks since the big game, let's take a look into some of the things you may have missed.
Now, I'm sure you've heard of Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts. The 26-year-old Eagles quarterback who scored 2 touchdowns in the game was recently praised for having an all-female management team. In the NFL world, this is a rarity. Out of the 5 women on his management team, 3 are black. At a press conference, Hurts spoke out about it, saying it happened organically. I was seeking out the best, and that's how it happened. He also stated that his team has helped him to gain a perspective he may not have been aware of before. Here at Black It App, we are absolutely enthralled to see this man inspiring change with his all-female team. We love to see women in sports.
There was another record from the Super Bowl, but this wasn't very impressive. Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, for the first time in his career, had a catchless first half. Not a single pass was thrown his way. Poor guy. He had 2 targets by the time the clock struck triple zeros. At 35 years of age, Kelce still hasn't shared his plans on whether or not he will play next season or retire.
Staying with the Super Bowl, we have to talk about Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance. This was the most watched halftime show ever, just barely beating Michael Jackson's record of 133.4 million with 133.5 million viewers. He's currently the first ever solo rapper to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. There were so many elements to this performance, and it goes so much deeper than the Drake beef. Let's scratch past the surface.
First, this performance told a story. It opened with a shot of the stadium. The stage resembled a PlayStation controller. This could already be a jab towards Drake, as Sony owns PlayStation and Sony is the label that Drake is signed to. Or this could be a metaphor for the system where life is seen as a game controlled by those in power, how video games shape the youth, and how the elite exploit the vulnerable for entertainment and profit. Who knows? But the deeper meaning is the game that is mentioned. The first person we see is not Kendrick, but Samuel L. Jackson, as Uncle Sam. He welcomes us to the great American game. People watching may have thought, oh, I get it. It's a football game, and Uncle Sam makes sense since it's Samuel L. Jackson. But there is so much more. Samuel L. Jackson was born in 1948 and grew up in the Jim Crow era, where segregation was still present. He was a member of the Black Panthers, and when he was a sophomore in college, MLK was killed. Jackson then became an usher at his funeral. He's been a voice for so long, and now, at 76 years old, he went on America's biggest stage to continue fighting.
Uncle Sam, who is a fictional character, is also an icon of American patriotism and is often associated with military recruitment and political propaganda. This new characterization, played by Jackson, offered a different and politically charged perspective to viewers. Who better to tell you how to play the white man's game than the black man who has survived it?
Uncle Sam asked Kendrick, "Do you really know how to play the game?" He's telling him to conform. It's a metaphor for several things, like race relations, political division, socio-economic disparities, and the black experience in America. When Kendrick Lamar performs his more rap-heavy songs, Uncle Sam calls it reckless and ghetto, a term that has been used to degrade the black community for years. But when Lamar switches to a song that is more laid back, like Luther with SZA, Uncle Sam says that's better. That is what America wants. Quote, nice and calm. He, or society, white America, prefers black people to dilute themselves.
But we are stronger together. Immediately after Uncle Sam's comment, the camera pans to a U.S. flag composed of black dancers wearing red, white, and blue. I'm sure you remember, but let's get into the symbolism. The flag starts as one and then is split in half, divided, deconstructed. Kendrick, a black man, is the one thing in the middle. Can we exist as the United States of America if our nation is torn like this? How can we still have deep political divisions in America based on race? Kendrick Lamar continues to perform with dozens of background dancers. We eat it up. As Kendrick performs All the Stars with SZA, all of the background dancers from every part of the stage begin to come together, and then it pans back to Uncle Sam, who says the following. Oh, I see you brought your homeboys with you. The old culture cheat code. Scorekeeper, deduct 1 life. This is a reference to how when the black community comes together and we begin realizing our power in numbers, our leader is usually killed to put us back in our place. They don't like community. Uncle Sam is warning us that if people continue to come together, there are consequences. Threats, scare tactics, anything to keep people in line and ensure they continue to play the game the way society sees fit. Nice and calm.
Now let's backtrack a bit. When Kendrick Lamar first pops up on screen, he says, "This revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy." This is a reworked poem by Jill Scott Heron, where he says the revolution will not be televised, but Kendrick switched things up. Scott Heron's 1971 poem is about how individuals are responsible for the change they want to see in this world because the media tends to ignore racism. But today, everything is televised through the internet. Any revolution today has no choice but to be consumed over the screen, like Kendrick's performance. The latter half of Kendrick's quote about him being the wrong guy has people thinking he made a jab towards President Trump, who appeared to be in attendance as the first president to ever attend a Super Bowl game. Kendrick is basically saying, you can try to silence me, but it's not going to work. King.
Towards the end of his performance, Kendrick referred to a promise made in 1865 to give freed slaves after the Civil War when he says 40 acres and a mule. Land, a mule, and independence. And if you didn't know, this promise was not kept. When Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, his successor, Andrew Jackson, overturned the order and gave the land back to the people who started the war in the first place. It would have allowed black families to share in the wealth that they generated through forced labor and enslavement. This still affects black people today. Don't ever forget that. Kendrick sure hasn't. Remember, They tried to rig the game, but you cannot fake influence.
I know you guys all want to hear this. Yes, Kendrick Lamar did perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl halftime show. And as always, it had Easter eggs. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, Serena Williams made a cameo crip walking on the stage while Lamar sang. Yes, tennis legend Serena Williams. From 2011 to 2015, there was a rumor that Serena Williams and Drake actually dated. Not only that, but at the 2012 London Olympics, after Williams won gold, she celebrated by doing a crip walk. Immediately, she faced backlash from people who thought she was glorifying gang culture. Basically, Kendrick Lamar just gave Serena Williams the ultimate redemption arc, walking, or should I say dancing, on Drake's grave and flipping the bird to everyone who criticized her 13 years ago. We love to see it.
Now, I'm sure that there are plenty of Easter eggs and double entendres and hidden meanings that we haven't mentioned, but if we did, we'd probably be here all day. In a world that seems to be moving backward, especially as we go through another Trump presidency, this performance is a reminder that America is more than just one version of itself. You can never rewrite the past or erase our progress. The point is, Kendrick Lamar made history on that stage. Don't pay any mind to people who call it boring. They are the ones who are boring. Maybe something else if you know what I mean. To celebrate Black History Month, we're coming back with the second annual collab with Connected Cultures. Please enjoy.
Garrett Morgan invented the traffic light in 1923, which included what? The yellow caution signal, the green arrow, or the crosswalk? Go ahead.
I think I'm going to have to go with the yellow caution signal.
You got it right.
Let's go.
All right. 1 point here.
Oh, yeah.
Second question. The Greensboro lunch sit-ins were at a civil rights protest that happened in 1960. What restaurant did they occur in? McDonald's, S&W Cafeteria, or F.W. Woolworth's lunch counter?
S&W Cafeteria.
Wrong.
I think I'm going to have to go with F.W. Woolworth's lunch counter.
She's right, once again. Whew.
I mean, what can I say? Do you see the fire coming off me?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, question 3. Otis Boykin invented what unit in the pacemaker? Leads, wires, pulse generator, or electrodes?
Leads.
Maybe I'm going to steal this one. I'm going to go ahead and say pulse generator.
That's 3 for 3. That's 3 for 3 right there. Amina of Zaria is known as the first female leader of a male-dominated society. What is she known as? Dominant ruler, princess of the military, or warrior queen?
I'm going to go ahead and say warrior queen because if it is, that's pretty BA.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody get her a Wendy's meal because
Oh my goodness, I'm sick. I'm sick.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Richard Spikes changed the world, specifically within a car and travel industry. What did he invent? Automatic gear shift and safety brake system, automatic car washer, direction signals, or all of the above?
We've got to go all of the above.
Oh yeah! Queen Nazinka was a military leader, politician, and diplomat. During her time, she fought against the Portuguese influence. She successfully worked towards liberation of what country? Democratic Republic of the Congo, Angola, and Zambia.
Is it Angola?
Last question, y'all ready?
Here we go.
I'm ready.
All right. The 369th Infantry Regiment of New York National Guard was an African-American regiment that served both World War I and II. What was their nickname? Harlem Hellfighters, New York Bold Soldiers, or 369 Troopers?
Harlem Hellfighters.
You got it right.
Sorry, we pushed through, you know what I'm saying?
Here we
And you
go.
still lost, though.
To stay up to date on everything Black at App, check us out on our socials. We like to keep things very simple. Just look up @Black at App on Insta and TikTok. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. We're out.